Hey, I'm Sahar Galt, and this is an interactive practice video to help you learn and perfect sight singing. Let's get to it. Sight singing is the quasi-magical ability to be able to look at notation and sing it without ever having heard it before. Learning this skill is crucial for singers, but also musicians of all types, especially songwriters and composers. It'll improve your ear, your intonation, and generally your sense of melody. So to get started, the first thing we have to notice is that many pieces of music are written in a major key, using this familiar set of notes. And in sight singing, it's helpful to label these notes with numbers. So whatever key you're in, the first note of the key is 1, the second note is 2, the third note is 3, pretty straightforward. So we're going to be working in the key of C, and so C is 1, D is 2, E is 3, and so on. Like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're at the top, so it starts over. 1. These are called scale degrees, and we number the notes because the names of the notes change from key to key. But the relationships between the scale degrees that the notes map to are always the same. 1 to 3 in relative distance always sounds like 1 to 3, no matter if it's written as C to E in the key of C major or F sharp to A sharp in the key of F sharp major. This simplifies all 12 keys down to one set of common relationships. This means that getting good at sight singing really just requires two things: knowing what it sounds and feels like to be on each scale degree of the key, and being able to recognize what scale degree the notation is asking you to sing. So let's start by memorizing the sound of each scale degree. Sing along with the piano on the numbers displayed on the screen. Starting pitch. Here we go. Again. Once more. Now without the piano. Now that you're familiar with these scale degrees, I want you to simply think about where 1 is. Conjure a clear memory of it in your brain. Now sing it. Hopefully you thought it was here. Now imagine the sound of 3 in your mind. Make sure you're only thinking about the pitch. No singing in this stage. Okay, got it in your mind? Now sing 3. And check. And finally, remember the sound of 2. Sing it. Check. This process of thinking about pitch is an important step toward embedding the relative position of these scale degrees in your memory. And now that I've said a bunch of words and made you focus on something else for a moment, let's see if the pitches are still there in your memory. We're going to sight sing this melody. You're still going to have the numbers shown to you, but you won't hear the piano reference. Your starting pitch. Here we go. See how you did? This is what it should have sounded like. Nice. That's sight singing. You'd never heard that melody before, and yet, hopefully, you were able to sing it just by remembering the relationship of those 3 scale degrees. Now let's add the 4. The distance between 1 and 2 and 2 and 3 is the same. It's a whole step in both cases. But the distance between 3 and 4, that's a half step, a narrower distance. To drive that home, we're going to sing up to 4. And I want you to notice the whole steps along the way and the half step at the top. again without the piano. And now imagine in your mind the sound of 4. Got it? Now sing it. Check with the piano. When you do this check, you might notice you're in the right ballpark, but maybe you're a little flat or a little sharp, in some way not quite right on the tone. That's normal at first. In time, your memory for pitch, short-term memory for absolute pitch, and long-term memory for relative pitch will become more precise with this kind of work. Okay, let's sight sing a melody with 4 in it. Here's your 1. Let's go. And now check to see this is what you sing. Okay, that's over half the scale degrees already. So I'd like to add an area of focus as we go on. I want you to pay attention to what being on each scale degree feels like. Relative to the tonic, the 1, which feels like home or a place of resolution, the other scale degrees feel a bit like something. Did you notice being on 4 feels a little like a flutter of excitement, like you're waiting for something to happen? And did 3 feel sweet and bright? Maybe 2 felt like a plaintive call or a question. The sense about how scale degrees feel is important to connect with, not just for more successful memory recall, but also because recognizing and internalizing these feelings, becoming fluent in this part of musical language, will help you sing and play more expressively. Okay. Now, while the distance between 3 and 4 is a half step, the distance between 4 and 5 is again the whole step. Now let's sing up to 5 with the piano. Now once more without the piano. Okay, think about 5 in your mind. Now sing it out loud. Let's check it. And now we sight sing a melody including 5s. Here's our tonic. And for fun, we're going to do that again, now with an accompaniment. One more time, check with the piano. Now let's zoom into what 5 feels like against the tonic. You might notice that it feels open, strong, grand. And there's a feeling of eventuality when the 5 goes to 1. This is one of the most important and often leveraged relationships in music. Before you move on, make sure you're solid here. Right. Let's introduce 6. 5 to 6 is another whole step. Now let's walk up to it. A cappella. Still have 6 in your mind? Think about it. Now sing it. Check. Now let's sight sing a melody with 6s. Your starting pitch. Here we go. And the feeling of 6 against 1 can be somber, dark, the essence of minor. But it also can be sweet, quaint, pastoral. Context, as in all things musical, plays a big role here. Okay, next scale degree. From 6 to 7, another whole step. Now conjure the sound of 7 and sing it. We check. And now to sight sing with all the scale degrees in play. Here's 1. And the feeling of 7 is one of tension, suspense, hanging from the cliff's edge, waiting to be pulled up to 1. And that distance, from 7 to 1, is a semitone, like between 3 and 4. Everywhere else, the adjacent scale degrees are a whole step apart. Remember that most melodies are primarily made up of stepwise motion. So knowing whether the step you're going to make is a whole step or a half step is pretty crucial. Okay, now let's sing all the way to the upper 1. Great. Now we're going to sight sing a melody that has all of the scale degrees, including that upper one. Here's your starting pitch. Here we go. And now let's check it over with the piano. And now, a little more musically, with an accompaniment. And one more check with the piano. Now that's a seriously great start. We reinforced the sound and feeling associated with all the scale degrees in the major key, tightened up intonation, worked auralizing or thinking about pitch, and we practiced sight singing both a cappella and with an accompaniment. All right, I want to thank my patrons for supporting this video and making it possible. It's my goal to produce a complete library of interactive videos like this, so everyone, everywhere who wants to study music has access to top-notch music education. So if you'd like to be a part of supporting that project, check the links in the description. Anyway, as always, thanks for watching. I'm Saher Galt. I'll see you next time.